This journey was exciting. We got to meet a lot of people from the community. They shared their experience, what they've been doing on the ground level, and we also enlightened them on new information on FGM, like I said, the adverse effects, and each one of us took part in different areas of FGM. I covered the sexual and family aspect.
Yeah, I was mainly on the enlightenment part, encouraging the women, letting them know about the vices and why it needs to be stopped immediately.
Yesterday event, I covered the health issue, and where I explained to the ladies the effect, the different effect that female constitution can have on the individual, on the child.
While we were in a campaign, doing our campaign, ran into Mr. Kachi here.
Please, could you tell me about using hot water on your daughter?
My daughter is going to fall now by some months today. It's not advisable. My doctor said it is not advisable. I'm facing it now, and I'm spending more on the girl. Some said it is good, or some say it is not good, but it is very wrong, and that girl is suffering it now. If it's not been taken care of very well, that girl might suffer it in maybe in future to come, with the husband or getting married. So my advice to people is just leave it the way God has allowed it to be.
So you said your daughter suffers infection from...
Today I've gone for culture test, and I've gone for this one. They said I should just allow the girl a little bit so that much antibiotic will not cause harm on her. So I'm just waiting till a particular time when she will get to maybe, let's say, 5, 6 to 8 years, then some antibiotic can help. But if not, it will take God's intervention to cure that odor.
So what they did is they used hot water?
Hot water to press in the scrotum inside, and they did it for at least, let's talk about 4 months. And if you check, her vagina is stinking up to today. She's going to 4 years now. She's going to 4 years. I stay in Port Harcourt. If you doubt me, come to Port Harcourt, GRA. I'm going to take you to my place and I'll bring the girl you see it.
Thank you so much. This is very brave. Thank you.
Thank you,
We invited him to join us in this conversation. I was talking with him. I shared with him some of the different types of FGM, clitoridectomy, and fibrillation, and what is prevalent around here, which is clitoridectomy. And that's when he told me something different that his daughter had gone through. I was appalled. I couldn't believe that there's this different version of FGM going on here. It's where they use hot water to press down a girl's genitals. And when he told me his experience and the outcome of what has been done to his daughter, I just felt it was important for him to come on camera to say the damage it has done to him, his daughter, and his family. Let Mr. Kachi tell you his experience.
Well, like I rightly say, I'm Mr. Onyekachi Obilero from Port Harcourt. Yeah, I just came in and I met them. While they were talking, I was like, I'm a victim, and which I had a daughter who she is a victim too. And ever since that day, I've been suffering it myself. I won't tell lies. So from when she was born, we know those circumcision was just for guys. And suddenly they said ladies, but they said they stopped it. But I came back from work one day. I met a lady who is trying to help, though she called it help. She was using hot water on my daughter, so she was trying to push in. I would not want to call names. So the way the girl was shouting, I just felt the girl's pain. I said, stop. We don't want to go far. It has caused a lot of damage. I felt for the girl because if the adults who is putting her hand in the hot water can feel the pain, wouldn't want to dip her hand in, then what about the small or the little girl? They are using it on her. So that was the pain I felt that very day for the girl. So whatever since that very day, to be frank with you, I've been suffering it. Last week, I took her to the hospital. They called one name of infection like that. And ever since then, I've been dealing with it. If I had to bring my little girl here, you cannot stay if she had to put her vagina close to your nose either. It stinks. But medical advice, I should just calm down for now, that some drugs are too harsh on her. And will I just say it is wickedness or what? Ever since that day, anywhere I see female being treated that way, I don't think I'm happy. So coming across her, hearing what she's fighting for, I said if I hated this kind of thing, then I had to tell her my own story. As I'm talking to you now, last week we went for a test, and series of tests is really affecting the girl. I'm not telling you somebody's story, I'm telling you my own child. And you see, ever since that day, I wouldn't want somebody else to be a victim. All I would just want to plead, everybody around, not even the government alone, it is not a good process. If you say you're circumcising the female child, and you don't want her to overrun into sexy lifestyle or what, then what about those ones doing hookup? What about the prostitute outside? What about a lady that will sleep with 15 men a day? What is it called? Didn't they circumcise those ones? So I believe there's a better way to do those things instead of this way. Now it's no longer razor blade, knife. Now is hot water. The hot water aspect, my daughter is a victim. So I wouldn't advise anybody or the world at large to undergo such. That's my little experience. Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience. We were also appalled when we heard it that a child is being burned in the name of female circumcision, and the family is suffering terribly from this effect. I'll let Professor chime in on this conversation.
I'm really shocked to hear this story from our friend here, Mr. Kashi. I never knew that female circumcision had gone this way. It is, I empathize with him, it's really painful. It's something that shouldn't be done. So our friend did mention just now that the guy now stinks down there. What has happened? Now that the nerve endings have been burned down with heat therapy, very high heat therapy, the cells there are now dead. So when bacteria comes in, a specific bacteria, it remains there and multiplies on the dead cells, eating up the surrounding. And of course, because it's metabolizing, it will give off flavor, all kinds of smell. Now, normally, the nerve enzymes that are there ought to have picked up the signals on the presence of the bacteria and send it to the brain, and the brain will now respond by triggering off its various cells to manufacture antibodies. And these are the things that will combat the presence of bacteria. So you have macrophages that will eat up the bacteria in a normal person, and that's why that place will not normally smell. But now that the nutrients have been burned down, the bacteria has a free ride, increase in population, and will keep giving off offensive smell. I really pity our friend's daughter for this kind of thing, but I really say it should not have been done. Now, it's not only the clitoris is affected, but also it's all parts of the
female reproductive system. Not only the outside flesh, but it goes right in. That's what makes it very extremely dangerous. I think it should never be done.
Okay, the child is 4 years old. How do you think it will impact her if it's not treated? It will impact her for the rest of her life.
If it is not treated, I tell you, there will be hardly any man that who gets near her and want to go along with her. So it has broken down the relationship. First of all, family relationship, because it's living with the family, and then relationships outside. Even her peers, her girlfriends will feel it, and they will run away from her. Not to talk of her having boyfriends. No boyfriend wants to get close to a girl that is always smelling. This is not a periodic thing, it is a continuous thing. And honestly, it's not good for any relationship.